Hmm.
We prepared to reform the world into one continuous landmass.
What? Oh, took me a second.
Got it. But you don't got it, gamer.
Whew. All right. Bear Cave. There it is. Streaming.
Hello there.
Hello, Taro.
Oh, guess who just got their icon? Not icon. ID core ordered.
You?
Heck yeah.
Congratulations.
And well, after I get my ID con, keep trying to say icon. Ghost is on the brain. I'm being possessed over here. ID core. I'm going to see if I can get the DGP uniform. Nah, nah. If I manage to get it, you know I'm going to be wearing that for every D&D session. Like everyone in uh normal clothes you see on any normal writer. Me over here. I'm I'm
you,
suited up, ready to rock.
you do realize we won't know that you're wearing those clothes because you don't turn on the camera. You know this, right?
I'll have to ask you to say that again once I get this TV higher up. There we go. Okay, speak.
You do realize that we won't be able to tell you're wearing those clothes unless you turn your camera on, right?
Why do you think I said I'll be wearing a helmet and glasses?
Fair enough.
Either that or a hat, like a backwards hat and my Akechi mask. Anyhow, uh, but yeah, I am fully, fully committing myself to that of Comrade Gates.
I still want to get a Commoner Grizz ID core. I just need money because I'm broke.
Well, I'm just lucky because I had a 50 on me, so.
Lucky bastard.
The belts I have currently are Drive, Zero One, X8, and Geeks. Two of the four worlds we visited. Well, I visited in D&D. Ain't that ironic? Actually, now you think about it. No, wait, no. Technically free since my character's from the Geeks world. Well, a special version of it anyway.
Branch timeline.
Yeah.
Much like many of the worlds that that the crew will visit, they are not the canon TV show. They are our branch timeline.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo. Yo. Is it just Hasty worlds we're visiting, or
You will eventually be able to visit Showa.
yes?
Also, like a handful of Reiwa worlds too, possibly.
What do you mean a handful? There's only five. Well, four actually. Five, five counting Goche.
Oh, you're right.
Unless you're technically counting Geo, because his show ended in the Reiwa era.
No, because I count Decade as the end of the first Heisei era.
I know. I was making
So
it.
I count Zio as the end of the second Heisei era.
I was making a joke.
Bookends.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you have something good going on that D&D writer.
I'm honestly surprised because, like, back in high school, no one gave a shit about what I had to say about Kamen Rider.
you're among fellow Kamen Rider fans. Yeah, it's okay.
Well, no, like Chocobo, Deva, and Blue Eyes, and even Latios didn't really know anything about Kamen Rider. The only thing Deva and Chocobo knew about Kamen Rider was what I rambled on about when I was very obsessed with the franchise.
Well, Kamen Rider fans as friends and actual friends.
But like the fact that they were willing to do this at all, like I greatly appreciate the fact that they were willing to give this a try, and the fact that they love it is awesome. All right, so hello internet, Vegas Bear here
What up?
again with Taro. It's Monday today, all day, and we're playing Final Fantasy 16. Today is the day, my friends. Hugo the Titan shall fall this day. The bastard that almost killed Jill in the beginning of the game. The bastard that destroyed the hideout. The bastard that teamed up with Clive's mom. He's going down today.
We're nearly at the castle. It ends there.
You got me vibe checked.
He about to be vibe checked by fucking Ifrit. I don't care if he's 5 times bigger than me.
There's one thing that you got that he doesn't.
More powers.
I was gonna say plot armor, but you're not wrong.
Also, yes, we're in the capital of Rosalith, Clive's home. So this is kind of a homecoming.
He's here!
Remember,
Get him!
we take him alive.
It's just Spider-Man, but you just copy and paste Ifrit's picture over Peter. What? Oh. Taro, you sweet summer child.
I knew it wasn't possible. I saw the picture. I was like, please, that's me a fan.
I mean, like, Toei has connections with Marvel to Stan Lee.
That's why my hopes were brought up because of that fact.
Set her loose.
Uh-oh.
Actually shows up in 5 checks more mama.
They have a curl.
Oh, shit.
What in the loving hell is that?
It's a lightning jaguar.
Attack.
Or cheetah, maybe, because it has spots. This thing was fucking tough in FF15. And here it's a fucking mini-boss. Look at its health bar, man. It's not even a quarter of the way down. Yes? You've been looking at the one on the left? Oh.
Something.
We need to stop it. Whatever it takes.
Have a taste of my own lightning. Have a taste of Judgment Bolt!
It's down.
Lightning on the lightning
Then let's make this
monster.
count.
That's gonna have no effect.
Never doubt Judgment Bolt.
No, just like
No, I know where you're coming from, but also Judgment Bolt.
I equipped.
What?
58.
Holy fuck. What were your total life points? Like, what was the cap? Oh.
That's it.
Their life points when I hit them were 1100. That's another person I may or may not have made their phone embed into a wall.
Jill! We meet at last, Sid. Or should I say Lord Rosfield? I've been looking for you for a very long time.
Let her go, Kuka.
I'm so glad you accepted my invitation.
15 minutes.
I went to some trouble with the decorations. Do you like what I've done with the place?
Bastard.
You can go to hell, Hugo.
Such a pity your predecessor couldn't join us. But I am sure you will prove compelling company. Be still, little snowflake. I would not have you melt before your starring moment.
Man's hand goes fully around her neck.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Bring your fingers down.
I can break these cuffs. You can't break those cuffs. I can break these cuffs.
I can break this. Probably can't break that. I can break this.
Torgal! Stay hidden, boy.
Double on the run. What are you gonna do?
That's just great, that is. I suppose it's up to me then.
So why didn't you help, Gav? All you had to do was put a dagger or an arrow or anything in his arm.
Or better yet, in his neck.
Look at that man's neck and then tell me that a knife could pierce it.
Yes.
Where do you want me?
But piercing anything on that guy, though,
Bring the prisoner!
you best hope you have, a sniper rifle that goes at Mach 50.
Yes, no more than she deserves for getting into bed with an outlaw.
We should get into mine.
Oh, you guys are disgusting talking about Jill like that. She's not a fucking whore, she's a person.
Your presence.
Not to say
You're
that,
to bear witness to the girl's
I mean,
execution.
not to say that
Such a waste.
ladies of the night aren't people. You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking. Gav's here.
Gav!
Crystal fetters are a bastard to open, just so you know.
you?
Don't worry,
Hi,
I'll
Webb.
have them off before you can blink.
Hello, baby.
What
Oh,
happened?
God.
I just got done with my thing.
We have to hurry.
I don't
The
think you
Imperials
wanna
have sounded the
hear what
retreat and
this
cleared
fool
out of the
just said.
castle. The place is still swarming with Cooper's men.
I said something
Leave it
that
to
could be
me.
interpreted
I'll make my
wrong,
way
and I
up top
tried to course
circle round the
correct, and
back.
it didn't
Quick
work.
as you like, eh?
But what it was.
Nearly forgot.
Do you wanna repeat it there?
Okay, so those two dead soldiers on the ground, they were talking about Jill like she was a whore. I said, don't talk about Jill like that. She's a person, not a whore.
I have to get to the courtyard.
And then I thought, wait a minute. I mean, not to say that ladies of the night are not people. It's just that you know what? I'm just gonna stop talking. And then you showed up.
Just bad timing on my part, I guess.
Oh, I wish Latios was here for that. Oh,
Don't you let her die.
If I remember, oh yeah, this was the beginning of the game.
Did Jill get captured again?
Yeah, she got captured by. Well, granted, her and Clive got captured by Hugo. Man's hand wraps around her entire fucking neck.
Huh.
yeah, it really did.
I hope you've got a plan, Clive, because we are fucked if you don't.
Torgal!
Who's that?
I didn't know you could do that!
Wait, what the?
Good boy! Very, very good boy!
Portal? Holy spice!
Even he didn't know!
Jill.
Very good boy!
Portal just went,
Come, Lord Rosfield.
God mode.
Don't tell me you tire of my entertainment.
Enough!
Yes. Perhaps it is time we served the main repast. I trust you are hungry!
Like this?
Triple-edged.
No, if he jumps down there and becomes Titan, like the entire castle is gone.
Thank you.
Yeah, Torgal, can I ask, what the fuck? I didn't do anything to Torgal, I just want to know how he did that.
That includes you, Torgal.
No. There he is. It's already lifted all your comrades off the ground.
We still fight.
I don't know. I have no idea what Torgal is. Yes, he is a good boy. He is the best boy because he saved Jill.
Still breathing, are you? Excellent. Then Lord Kupka's reward shall be ours.
I thought bad news always came in threes.
Let them come.
Main character right now.
No, I do not. Yeah, look at me and Torgal devil triggering together.
It's over.
For now. But I bet that wasn't the last of him.
Okay, can we please
They
talk
won't
about
stop
Torgal?
hunting us until Kupka's dead. So you get in there and finish the job, eh?
I like how they're
Go
just
on.
treating Torgal
If they come
as,
again,
like,
we'll
this
hold them back.
common occurrence.
All right. But be
Which
careful.
it's not.
Man, just
Are we
Torgal
going on? Are we going on without fucking Torgal? Or are we just?
I guess we're going on without Torgal.
Don't worry about us.
Ah, dang it.
Go.
Kupka took our home, Clive.
Man, really, Torgal is Kamen Rider Ace, apparently. Look at this thing.
Damn.
He looked good. That's all I gotta say.
He looked damn good.
I'm sorry, if Torgal talked in that moment, I would have been done with this game.
I seriously need to know. Like, oh!
Blood of Fenrir.
That's
Oh,
why!
What?
He's got the blood of Fenrir!
Ain't no way.
No fucking wonder!
How did we not notice this whole time?
We had other shit going on.
Nah, I'm talking about the main character.
Again, other shit. We had to say, like, there was Jill, there was Sid, there was fucking Hugo.
I promise you, Sid. He'll die by my hand.
Hi, Latios.
Hey,
Welcome
you are
to
not gonna
Torgal.
fucking believe what you missed.
Oh dear.
It's about Torgal.
It will have to wait for another 5-ish minutes because I need to get myself a drink first. I'll be right with you.
Okay, now.
Into something akin to an icon. Yo.
Akin.
I swear, this game has got no. It wasn't Conqueror Ghost that makes me iPhone. It was this hacking game.
Fair enough.
Because all you hear about Steam, icon this, icon that. No wonder I couldn't stop saying icons earlier.
Kupka. You're late. Trouble on the way.
At least he's not actually
Enjoy
sitting
your
on the throne.
entertainment.
I was about to say, the man
How
had the audacity.
gratifying.
And would have the audacity.
Look at how big this man
Have
is.
you come to defend your father's throne,
I
Lord
was about to say, I'd
Rosfield?
like to imagine.
The Grand Duchy of Rosaria. A realm
like to
without a
imagine.
ruler. An army.
Why did you send me
Even a
Zera
people.
touching?
A veritable
What?
kingdom of dust.
Babe, why did you send me a punching sticker?
Truly, I see no throne to
Don't worry
defend.
I did nothing wrong.
Oh!
No! Enough of
No.
your games, Kupka.
I bet you
Just
still
tell me
die
what you
today.
want.
Sid's
Lion,
head in
the
a
witch,
box.
the audacity of this.
Bitch.
Imagine my disappointment when I learned that he met his end at the hand of another. And my relief to learn that you had taken up his thrice damned name.
Oh yeah, we never did see what was in that box, but I assumed it was Benedicta's head.
Your master slew Benedicta Harmon and defiled her body.
What?
If you choose to bear that murderer's name, then you shall answer for his crimes.
The
I think
only
he means,
crimes
like, cutting
I
off her
shall
head.
answer for are my own.
I hope
Sid
to God
did
so.
everything in his power to save that woman, though she was long past saving. And so I did what he couldn't. It was me all along, Hugo.
Is that a JoJo reference?
It was you.
You thought it was Sid that killed
You.
Benedicta, but it was me,
You
Sid!
killed
It
her.
was me, Clive!
I did.
Would you like to see how I killed her?
It's very simple. I applied pressure to her neck with this sword right here.
Then I am
Aw.
fortunate indeed.
I mean, that's not how I
had
did it. I was
thought the most
referring
I
to
could
something
wish
else, but
for
okay.
was to take the life of one he loved, just as he did to me. But it seems
I know.
I was
This
wrong.
man's about to go Titan, isn't he?
And I shall have my revenge.
He is. Yeah, he is.
We shared a
Do it!
I
Finally
would
do
be
it!
the king of the world.
I return. What about this?
She would be my
Titan is, or well, Hugo is,
We would
oh, it looks like he's semi-priming.
But you crushed that dream, ground it into dust.
Yep. He's calling upon Titan's powers, but he is not.
You will pay for what you've done. I'll tear you apart.
Also, Torgal fucking transformed.
And what have you? How many people have you killed? How many dreams have you crushed?
I repeat, Latios.
You're not the only one who's seen their world fall apart.
You know how I can turn into Ifrit and everyone else could, like, other people can turn into
You'll
summons?
get no pity from me, Kuka.
Yeah.
No pity. And no
Torgal took on a form very reminiscent of Fenrir.
now die!
Okay!
He did it to save Jill, who was about to be executed by Hugo's men. So yes, he is the goodest of boys.
What becomes of those who dare to cross me?
Oh, that happens when I dodge an attack perfectly. Yeah, see? No. Busy fighting. Yes, I'm sure. Fuck. Oh, fine. What happened was when Clive was in prison, 2 guards came by talking about Jill like she was a whore, and I replied with, "Don't talk about Jill that way. She's a person, not a whore." And then I went, "Wait a minute. Not that I'm saying that ladies of the night are not people. I just mean that I mean that you know what, I'm gonna stop talking."
I mean, Greta has this already.
Fuck you! Fuck you! I'm not telling that story again! Being a little shit is what you're being.
Personality can come out of this.
Hey, I'm using your dead girlfriend's powers. How do you feel about that?
People say I feel threatened, but Bear just goes and does that.
You will die by my hand. My hatred for you is unending. Real thing. Let this palace be no grave.
Because Bear is very much like a bear, in that he doesn't act like that was provoked.
Yeah, if Hugo didn't come after me, I wouldn't have done this.
Much like the guy I got into the argument with earlier today about the
Oh god.
In short, I eventually figured out he's gotta be trolling because there's no fucking way.
Hey, I knocked him out of his semi-priming.
So, short version, he was basically throwing all kinds of stupid comments around about how the Turn A Gundam is not a real Gundam and that the Strike Leader could kick its ass any day and it's not equal finally its sibling.
The world has chosen.
I think I took this guy off guard when I saw him in the Strike Leader and actually it's the first but still can't beat the Turn A. Wait, you guys comment on it?
Always been my domain.
most damage more often than not doing so. The Strike Freedom only one. That does not have a literate any type of damage that can win effectively neutralized by the armor. So Strike Freedom effectively goes through the entire series. And the thing is, if you look at the specs, the thing would be really impressive in the handful of skills of pilots. It never gets a chance to show that because the pilot requested never
I'll rip out your heart!
There's a reason I spoke for Strike Freedom doesn't have an actual cockpit. It has a room for the speed with only one little button labeled where.
I wish I had that button right now, because this guy is... Damn. Oh, fuck!
You struggle, you plan, you improvise. Instead of just auto-winning because you have a slot machine. So, Red brings up the inevitable question of how the Gundam Barbatos would fare, considering Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans has the whole nano-laminate coating anti-beam armor thing going on. Hold on. The Strike Freedom, the Twitch in the Barbatos, at first, it's matched up with the Strike Freedom has instant fire. So, done the Barbatos first. You are constantly keeping an eye on your fuel campaign. Unlike AGP, the nano-laminate armor can be completed. Basic armor, the way it works is an energy barrier for creating emergency power sources or out of our regular setting, it's the most efficient nuclear engine of its day, where you have more power than any of the contemporaries. So, even when machines like are also nuclear powered, but somehow run the more faster than you get an average. The Strike Freedom is incapable of such a feat.
I beat Hugo.
Wow.
Let's go.
Alright, now for phase 2. Remember, he is a dominant.
I forget.
So, according to the people behind the scenes of Iron-Blooded Orphans, and we've even sort of seen this happen in show, concentrated hits of napalm can deplete the armor coating and require it be replenished.
Look how big this man is compared to Clive.
The Strike Freedom, with its Dragoon system, especially if we're fighting in space, will...
Oh, hold on, Latios! Holy shit!
Switched on so I can see what's actually happening.
We just cut off Hugo's heads! We literally disarmed him!
Wow.
Son of a whore!
Do it! Stab him now! Do it now! What are you doing? Oh. Oh. You know what? You know what? This is fine too.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
I'm sorry, the man just lost his abilities and his hands. How is he doing this?
Remember with Benedicta, even though she lost her power, she could still summon Garuda.
I was not there for this.
Yeah, just because you lose your powers doesn't mean you can't summon your respective patrons, so...
Basically.
Oh, fucking go.
Also, look at fucking Hugo. He's a freaking giant.
Yes, so am I. Doesn't
There,
mean I can
there.
shake the dang castle.
You mustn't get yourself worked up.
What the fuck just happened?
Wait!
He picked him up like it was nothing.
Another time, Mythos.
Oops.
I don't know. I don't know what just happened.
Dad, or he just got...
Wait, I recognize the guy that hit him in the gut.
Is that all of them?
He was at the peace
Think
talks
so.
between
Ludus.
the Republic
Who the fuck
and
invited then?
Woled.
Not that that's the biggest surprise we've had today. Where did you learn to do that, Torgal?
Thank you for finally acknowledging that he did that.
Telling, eh? Suit yourself.
Gav,
If
We
I
have to
may,
find
there is one
Clive.
thing about the strike freedom I'd
Right,
actually like to
sorry.
say
Okay,
regarding...
sorry. Sorry, it's just oh fuck.
I just don't want to get in the way of your game is all.
Ha! All right, go ahead.
You missed one.
You know those dragoons on its wings? The little blue
We were
parts
worried.
on each wing?
Yeah.
So was I.
They don't just shoot. They can generate beam blades. I have said this before when I first started experimenting with this machine
I
in
was
this
so
game,
close.
but the moveset
If it hadn't been
that the
for my
Strike
gift,
Freedom
I
works
would have
with
finished him.
in Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn
I'm just glad you
is
got
more
out of there
imaginative
alive.
than the actual moves that it used in the anime. When I say
When
it
did the
basically
rule
just
lists
has a
arrive?
single button labeled win,
Right after you
and
went
there's
inside.
really no
Just when we thought we
imagination
were
or
shot of
strategy at
Titans
work
lot.
for how it actually does its
In
stuff.
pile Odins.
This is what I'm
Not
talking
enough of
about.
them to worry us though.
One of the moves this thing can do
No.
is sending the dragoons out,
You didn't see the one who
having
took
them
Luker away.
arrange themselves in a circle pointing downwards around the machine,
So what?
activating their
You
beam
think they
blades,
came here to
making a
save him?
cage of those beam blades, and then
I'll be
expanding
fucked if I know
outward
what's
to
going
take
on,
out
but
entire
every minute we
crowds.
spend racking our brains, that bastard's getting further away.
Fuck.
Imagine if the new Gundam's funnels could do that.
So what do we do?
He wouldn't have he wouldn't have even needed the Psycom Mu or the Psycho Frame to stop Axis. He could just
back
shoot
to
it to. He could just shoot it.
I'm too tired to think. As are you, by the looks of it. And after what
Like,
Jill's been through,
Imagine doing this defensively to
let's
get a
worry
group
about
of
Kuka
enemies off
later,
your back.
shall we?
Aye. Alright. It'll give us a chance to solve the riddle of your magic mud too.
And the way the things are shaped and built up, they have phase shift armor, and they're sharp and pointy. One of the moves is literally not even taking the beam blades or whatever, just ramming the freaking dragoons into your opponent.
So yeah, all of that fucking happened. Torgal's magic. We cut off Hugo's hands. We now have his powers.
Well, we couldn't kill him.
We couldn't kill him because Odin's right-hand man took him and spirited him away.
This place. Is this what you call taking better care of yourself?
I've already gone on about
No
how
more
the
excuses,
Dragoons
your
themselves.
ladyship. I order you to
Here's some of the other
rest.
stuff that this dude can do.
Fine. I'll rest.
Because it's an evolution of the Freedom Gundam's design, there are some things from the original that carried over. The massive maneuverability, for instance.
She's in good hands. But we should have never let her fall into Hugo's.
One feature I find myself amused by is the Super Lacerta beam saber.
And what the hell were those royalists doing there?
The Lacerta and Super Lacerta
was
models
wondering about that all
basically
the way
have this
home.
feature where you can
Thought they
connect
may
them
have heard
at the
something.
hilt and make a Darth
I'll
Maul
talk to him.
lightsaber style
And I'll
beam
talk
blade.
to Torms. The lawsman.
Confusingly named the
About what?
ambidextrous halberd.
About your faithful hound for a start. If any four-legged
I say
friends ever done
confusingly
that
named
before.
such because
I'm
if you
betting
know anything
Torms
about
will
a
have read about
halberd,
it.
the connected beam
What I
saber is
wanna
not
know
a
is
halberd.
What happens afterwards? It's all well and good Torgal saving our
If anything,
arses,
it's more like
but
a
if
beam
it costs
staff
him what
at
it
that
costs
point.
Jill. Right. Let me know if you learn anything. Will do. And you do the same, eh? Jill. Listen to
The
Taya.
Strike Freedom retains the Zephyus railguns from the original Freedom, although these are a more refined version of the weapon. Smaller, less cumbersome, but no less powerful.
Power of Earth. Clive has claimed a portion of the Icon Titan's essence. Tuning with Titan not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities such as Wind Up, a singular strike that increases potency when charged. Ability detail. Okay. Oh, I can use Titan to block. Interesting.
What else can I do? Funnily enough,
What
the
is
Strike
Clive?
Freedom actually has less Vulcan guns than the original Freedom.
Wait, it has less Vulcans?
The Freedom had 2 in its head and 2 in its chest. The chest-mounted Vulcans were omitted in the Strike Freedom. Go figure.
Latios.
Yes?
Would you like to hear what I did to someone in Duel Links a bit ago?
Hold on to that thought. I just want to get the last couple of weapons out of my head. So, the Freedom Gundam's original beam rifle has now been upgraded into 2 new model high-energy beam rifles that are capable of combining into a single high-energy beam cannon.
Oh.
And speaking of high-energy beam cannons, there's one at its belly. Replacing the 2 Belina plasma cannons in the original Freedom's wings, now there's a single Calidus high-energy beam cannon in its stomach. Almost as if daring the Destiny Gundam to pull the same shit the Impulse Gundam did to shoot down the original Freedom.
And how may I assist you today?
Lastly,
Allow
there's
me
a
to
pair
educate
of
you.
everything.
One must understand
beam
one's place in the
shields.
world.
Instead of having physical shields and with anti-beam coating like the previous Freedom did, the Strike Freedom opts to say, screw that noise, I've got the power to support it, let's have a pair of beam shields, one in each arm.
Of course.
Huh. Look at this beautiful boy.
This beautiful boy.
Look, he's a puppy.
A fine hound.
First encounter. He was brought back by Archduke Elwin's from one of his expeditions to the frozen northern territories, where he was found half-starved and shivering in the snowfield. Having presumably separated from his pack, Elwin gifted the puppy to Clive upon his return, and the two became nigh inseparable.
A boy and his wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Gracias, you want to hear what happens?
Shoot.
Okay, so...
Okay, Gremlin.
This,
I've learned
this,
to be very wary of that laugh.
the Royal Knight Lord Commander is the one who took Hugo. I recognize his outline.
Basically, in a simple duel on Duel Links, I
The
managed
state
to
of the
get
realm
Power of
is
the
ever-changing,
Guardian
Clive.
Two
Not all of
Power
the nobles
Guardian
made it out
Tower
alive.
I equipped them both to my monster,
It's not... It's not a bad one.
and
How's Jill
basically,
doing? She's been better.
because
Ty is good.
my
Any word on
monster
Kupka's
was
movement?
a
Everything's doing what she can to try and track him. She's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the Curse-breakers and their other friends in the west, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual.
face down defense.
No leads yet. But
So I was just allowed to build up,
There he
and
is.
up, and up, and up, and up.
All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
Who the fuck are you?
Mid,
Oh, she looked pretty.
when did you get back?
I'm sorry,
Just now.
What about your
one thing.
studies?
You should be
Adjourned.
Resident Evil.
Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria,
Oi!
all the campers in uproar about it.
This is
He's
the
gone
wrong
mad.
game.
He's turned rogue. It'll be us
That
next.
hair.
You
Dang.
try concentrating with all of that.
All right, you win.
Anyway.
How long will you be
I got
staying
my
this
big
time?
I'm just following me
Dunno.
around like a lost
A while,
puppy
most
right
likely.
now.
Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you
So-
could do us a favour.
Mid,
By the time the duel
You can't
was
just
at
expect me
stage
to-
11,
Please oblige her.
Turn 11. I feel so bad for my
While we are
opponent
busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
because
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty
imagine
old
if you
toe?
will, my opponent is at
I did,
1100 life
till a
points.
familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled
50,000.
fragments of my thoughts.
Take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the professor.
Hey, do not
So,
like where this is going.
I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
My
Hold
monster
on.
was so strong that not only was I
breath of fresh air.
a sure shot for winning,
Bloody tempest, more like.
Duel Links crashed on me.
Duel Links is saying cut this
Oi,
crap out.
Otto, you got my guilt. Huh? What are you on about? My fee for bringing Mid across. That
He's
little...
using it. Zip, I simply
The
like
storeroom,
the
was
ball.
it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
Duel me, and you getting
Clive.
burned.
Here you go. Think you can help?
Remember when I
Funny
kicked you?
enough, you have
Remember-
similar experiences in my own time in Master Duel. Specifically, whenever I summoned Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, my opponent
Littlins have been up to
mysteriously
their old
surrendered.
tricks again.
I have been getting my ass kicked
Jill looked
in
sheet.
frickin' Master Duel lately. It's like every match I either get like crap cards or I get a good hand, but my opponent has a better
He
hand
says he's looking for blood.
that lets them keep going and going and going.
Let's write one.
delighted to see you, Clive.
Yes, the Eternals
I
struggle.
have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
See, my hands, well, during that duel, started off with
What subject shall we
Flaming
consider
Waves
today?
by Gearfried, or Gearfried, I can't remember the name.
Gearfried.
Gearfried.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Flaming
When we find out
Ninja.
anything about Torgal, you'll be the first to know.
And another card I can't remember. All I can remember is that it needed two monsters to summon it. So I threw I threw
Okay, yeah.
Flaming Rage
So would it
right
be?
down first. Let that get to 1100 attack points.
Fine.
Next turn, summon the ninja. Let that do its thing. Next
Well, don't
turn,
just stand there, go.
Summon the 8-star. And from then on, it was just me building it up of two Power of the Guardians.
You'll not find a better price than that.
Oh yeah, I did someone.
You're rubbing me blind, you
in
know.
that game.
You'll not find
So-
a better price than that.
I have one more
You're
bit
rubbing me
of
blind,
trivia
you
for
know.
Gundam Seed / Seed Destiny for you, if you're interested. The Destiny Gundam mascot for her Gundam Seed Destiny was not originally called Destiny Gundam. In fact, it wasn't even made for
Not
Gundam
how
Seed
else?
Destiny.
I'll be thankful you got that
The
much.
Destiny Gundam started life as a
I reckon I
concept
can
for
find
the
a
original
buyer.
Freedom Gundam back in Gundam Seed.
I'll be thankful you got that much.
One of
Huh.
the original design concepts they wanted to go with before changing their minds was having Hiro Yamato's second Gundam essentially be an all-in-one version of the one he had been previously using.
build us this time.
So one of the concepts was effectively an all-in-one strike Gundam that had all of the weapons the perfect strike would have, albeit more refined. Ultimately, the idea would get scrapped and we'd get the Freedom Gundam we know. And this concept would effectively stick around in limbo for a little over a year, maybe 2 years, before being brought back in Gundam Seed Destiny as the titular Destiny Gundam. And you can tell it's an older design because it has a specific quirk that was abandoned by the time Seed Destiny started. And it
Face.
had to do with the design of its anti-shift sword.
I was gonna say phase shift armor, but okay.
The anti-shift swords had this bizarre unsharpened segment between the beam blade and the physical blade in Gundam Seed proper, which
Thank you, Sid,
it was
for coming back to us.
even more impractical than the concept of the sword already was, because now you are capable of getting stuck
Shouldn't you
or
be getting
worse,
some rest?
bouncing off the opponent if you hit them in the wrong spot.
You took your time.
Gundam Seed Destiny
busy
fixed
man,
this
mate.
by extending the
I'll
sharpened
get to the point
segment to
then.
meet with the
I
beam
wanna turn
blade
the room
on
down there into
the
a workshop,
Impulse
like the one I had at
Gundam's
Dad's place.
Excalibur anti-ship sword.
We've only just come back.
And
And if
I've
that
been
wasn't
thinking about
enough,
it for a while.
the beam blade on the Excalibur
Dad
model
said I had a
could
knack for
actually be
engineering.
extended
Told me
over the
everything he knew
tip
about it.
of the
Then
physical
sent me off to
blade,
Canva to learn everything he didn't.
so you could
That was his
increase
dream
your
for
cutting
me.
power.
That one day
And
I
the
put my
Goof
studies to use for the
ignited
good of the cause.
another one of Zap's machines.
But I'm helping no one
Full
stuck
on
at school.
upgraded this further
I've
by
studied enough.
having a beam
It's
blade
time I
on
put my neck
both
to work.
sides of the sword.
And I
front and
know
back.
that I can help the people here. And I want to do it.
Well. If
And then the
see you
Destiny
now.
just comes around and starts
Alright.
going back to the old Gundam
I'll
Seed
tell
design
Lottie
with the
you'll be
unsharpened piece.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
Yeah.
What do you want me
Huh.
to do?
First things first, I need equipment and
And
materials
what I
to start
may
with.
say, it had basically
There's the
everything
designs
that
for the
Perfect
stuff I
Strike
need,
had, but
and
more
the stuff that
refined.
needs
I
making from.
mean, it had
The
basically
other materials I can work
everything.
myself. Just need a generous benefactor to
The
lay 'em on for me.
anti-ship sword.
Apart from the wood,
It's got one
I'll
of
need a
those,
carpenter for
except
that,
now
but
it
I
can
can just borrow
fold for
yours.
easy storage.
Is that everything?
The
now. I'll let you know if I need out
big
else.
old plasma cannon from the Launcher Strike. Again, it's got one that can now fold for easy storage.
Where to start?
The beam
Materials
boomerang.
and tools.
Oh, it's got two of those
That
now.
means Karen and Blackthorn.
Beam sabers, they're basically an alternate mode for the beam boomerang. You can alter the position of the blade and put more energy into it to essentially make a makeshift beam saber out of those. Instead of the rocket anchor that the Perfect Strike had, now you have the Palma Fiacinas, a pair of palm-mounted beam cannons that were really just a reference to Iron Man. It's weird because Gundam Seed Destiny came out in 2005, so there was no Iron Man movie to reference yet. So I guess they were referencing the comics.
Probably.
Fukuda himself, the guy behind the series, basically admitted as such on Twitter before.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
The Destiny Gundam rips off a total of 6 other
Jill,
Gundams
white
for
as
its
a sheet.
design. The Perfect Strike, the Zeta Gundam, Turn A Gundam,
I was
F91,
wondering where
Victory
you it's
2,
back from Canva.
Shining Gundam.
Just now. She's planning to set... Here's the list.
Arguably the Turn X.
Can we just call this the Gundam
Think you can
clusterfuck?
find everything on there?
That is effectively
Guess
what
so.
it is to the community, yes.
Would be
I'll
much of a
admit it
trader
looks
if it
good, but
couldn't.
when you realize where its
Excellent.
origins came from, holy
As for
shit.
payment.
Like,
It's paid.
Latios, like, I know,
By what the girls
I know
do
you
for
were
us.
aware of
If it
clusterfuck
weren't for her
Megazords.
filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water,
Uh-huh.
and that would have drained
I've
the
seen a
life
few in my
out of
time.
us long ago.
Indeed it would.
So, like,
Send the
just
stuff on to
imagine
me when it
that, but
comes
as a
in.
Gundam.
Thank you, Karen.
Yes, basically. How did it rip off the Zeta Gundam? Ripped off its color scheme verbatim, down to the placement of the black and the red on the wings. How did it rip off Shining Gundam, and by extension the Turn X? You can blame Shin Asuka himself for that one. Using the Palma Fiacinas like an idiot, thinking he's Domon Kashu throwing Shining Finger around. And again, according to the creator on Twitter, this was intentional, as a reference to the Shining Gundam and the Turn X. As for the Victory 2, the Turn A, and again the Turn X, well, there's the Wings of Light. The Wings of Light concept coming from the V2 and the increased size being based on the Turn A and Turn X for their Moonlight Butterfly. As for how Gundam F91 fits into this, the after images that the Destiny Gundam produces when those Wings of Light are open. I wouldn't call this Gundam bad or even unoriginal. It's more uninspired. And granted, if you can think of something interesting to come up with for the references you're making, I can live with that. That's fine. If you've actually got a plan in mind for what you're referencing, then by all means reference away. But Destiny didn't really do anything to that nature. Partly because of the behind-the-scenes turmoil with the show's crew. I'm just gonna put it to you this way, my dude. Bear, if you ever watch the Destiny, pay attention to how the plot itself feels over the course of the show. Because you will notice a shift at some point.
Lovely.
Like, they're not doing what they originally wanted to do. Like, even the show itself acknowledges something's wrong here and wants the course correct, but something's holding it back. That would supposedly be the creator's wife interfering with the scripts. Supposedly because I cannot say for certain how accurate these reports are.
Alright, give me a second. I am trying to find the biggest clusterfuck Zord.
Latias.
Hmm?
You know what I realized? A couple of days ago?
Dude.
Okay, so in the world of Geese, the whole Desire Grand Prix, Common Riders, they're all supposed to be a secret. No one that's in the Desire Grand Prix is allowed to tell anyone that they're Common Riders. If not, if they do, they get in massive trouble in terms of getting instantly retired. I realized this after twice now. Costa has revealed his identity.
I think in this case, he's realized he's in an alternate dimension and doesn't know if he could actually be tracked or not.
But that's being said, if he's getting points, then obviously he's getting tracked some way.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, at one point the game's navigator might show up in Cafe Cyclone.
Oh no! Like, Costco comes down to make breakfast, sees the game navigator, and instantly just books it back to his room.
Yes.
Or better yet, just hides in Felix's because he's one of the few people who could actually get in there.
Alright, I am about to put some stuff in the voice chat.
Right, let's see this.
Oh god, that one.
Engine O G12.
I was honestly half expecting the one from Shinkenbe.
Oh, that one's even worse. I've seen that one.
I'm pretty sure we all have.
Although I've known it more as the Samurai Ultra Zord.
And this is one we'll never get, and part of me is glad.
What? I just returned.
I put some stuff. We were talking about clusterfuck Megazords, and I put some images of some of my favorites in voice chat. The one I just posted is one we're never gonna get.
Okay.
It's a train.
First of all, Tokuja was a good show.
No, I'm saying it. I'm not saying it wasn't. I love Tokuja, but we're never gonna get it as Power Rangers.
That is unfortunately true because of what they
And
did
what
to
can I do
him
for you?
in Ninja Steel.
Oh yeah. Also, they used what's her face for Void Queen.
Quite the opposite.
I'm aware of it.
Like father.
I mean, they
Yes, they didn't change Void Queen's face.
they could like use original villains, but at the same time, like, I don't think anyone in America cares about trains anymore.
You live next door to him, mate.
Not really.
When's the last time you seen Thomas the Tank Engine? That isn't CGI.
Never
Is it
mind.
business or pleasure? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
You said, when was the last time you saw Thomas the Tank Engine? I was about to say, it has a new show, and then you said, that isn't CGI.
Is that all?
And then I just shut up.
Blackthorn, you busy?
I actually
What's it
have
look
some
like?
fuel
I
right
have a
right
commission
now,
for you.
actually.
From Mid. She requires certain tools.
So about Power Rangers, we might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Do you think you can make them?
Bloody
Because
hell.
we've got
What's she
legit
planning to build with this
nothing
stuff?
planned for 2024.
And Mid.
Great! The franchise is dead again. Way to fucking go!
Carpenter. Let's see
I
if
think
Bardolph's
it's more
available.
like what's happened between Beast Machines and Armada is going on here.
Wait.
Only without a filler toy line to keep the shelves occupied in the meantime.
I was about to say, Robots in Disguise 2001 was a thing.
Yes, it was, and it was effectively
No
a filler
scratches,
toy
right?
line to buy time because it was already produced.
Should last you a good while.
Power Rangers doesn't have that luxury right now.
Your suits, whack. Your toy line, whack.
That it?
Your morphers, whack.
Me? I'm tight as fuck!
Oh, don't even get me started on a product that is technically finished but has yet to actually see release. Master Morpher. Supposedly it was finished to the point where they actually had Jason Frank record lines for it before his passing.
The good oiling.
You know what? I can see why they're kind of stalling on that.
Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build
I
a
don't
workshop
blame
in
them
the store,
either.
so naturally I thought.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss, however,
But people
but
are
I'm
actually
afraid
getting
I got
antsy
my
about that
hands
now.
full
Like, are
just
you
keeping
going
this
to release
place
it or
afloat.
not?
There's holes.
Just give us
It's
a...
more
And if
of
I
a
don't
timing
patch
issue
them,
than
we'll all
anything.
of us
They
sink
will
into the
eventually
mere.
release it. The
I'd
thing is
gladly
basically
spare
finished
Mid
production.
all the
They're just
time
waiting
I
for the
have,
right
but the
time.
sad truth is,
Yeah,
I
because if they
ain't got
released
none.
it now, it wouldn't be in
I see.
great taste.
It don't have to be me,
Precisely.
though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest.
That's right. And he is a friend of the... I'll ask Martha if she can spare him.
It would have been like releasing a whole new action figure for the Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger right after her actress passed.
You know, considering it was the 90s, I would not be surprised if they actually did that.
2000.
Still,
Roughly 2000, 2001, because they dedicated an episode of Time Force to her.
Wait, they did?
Yeah. I believe the episode's title was Circuit Unsure or something to that effect.
Huh. Oh yeah, didn't they release the Cosmic Fury Morphers?
yeah, and they look like shit.
That is unfortunately true.
It's just a hunk of fucking plastic. Granted, that's pretty much what all toys are, but it literally just looks like a block of plastic.
Littlands have been up to their old tricks again.
They also showed off what the Megazord's gonna look like, and it's just fucking Q Ranger,
No.
except it looks worse.
It's Q Reno sent through an oven.
It is insulting. I didn't like Q Ranger that much, but I mean, still.
When I saw that, the first time I ever saw that picture, I actually wanted to cry. Because I love Q Ranger. And seeing that abomination.
You know what they could have done and ended up saving money doing so?
What?
They could have just imported the freaking Q Ranger suits and used modified helmets. If they're really that intent on making original footage for the Rangers themselves for the 11, 12 episodes we're gonna get.
I think you're giving them too much credit.
They could have done. They should have done. But did they do that?
Hasbro has yet to figure out that part of Power Rangers' charm was that it was doing all the stuff it was doing with a low budget. Making smart choices to save as much money as they can. Which, by the way, they're pulling out of New Zealand.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they're pulling out New Zealand. Where are they going to go? What are they going to do?
That is up in the air, and that's why I say we might be in trouble. I was watching DJ Omega talk about this, and when he said, I honestly believe this might be what's happening. They're taking a year off to sort themselves out, reorganize, and effectively reboot Power Rangers, and it's all going to be animated from here on out. Hasbro has been basically infamous for the fact that, yeah, we don't live action. Live action doesn't really work out well for us.
Well, too fucking bad.
Gee, I wonder why.
So, outside of movies, Power Rangers is going to be exclusively an animated thing. That's what we're basically all expecting to happen. And you know what? That might actually be a good move. Hear me out.
Okay. I'll put down the pitchfork.
Animation, they could do a lot more in animation. Not just for introducing new Zords, but introducing different character designs and builds for the Rangers themselves. Using the Mighty Morphin Rangers for my base example. A Blue Ranger that's shorter, but bulky and armor, with Triceratops horns coming off the helmet. A Pink Ranger with wings. A Black Ranger that's head covered in fur. That kind of shit.
Okay. Whatever direction they go in, I just hope it's good. And if it's not, I will judge them forever.
Gee, babe, I didn't realize you haven't seen the Cosmic Fury Megazord, have you?
No,
Do you want to?
I'm terrified.
Trust me.
It is.
So, what I'm trying to get at here, Bear. You know what I did with Kamen Rider Story in the Kamen Rider game? Imagine if Power Rangers could do that consistently. That's effectively what I'm getting into the animation.
Okay. It would have to be good though. Like if it's shit, I will have no faith in it.
For the amount of time they will be taking off to set this up, they had better come out the gate swinging with something on Transformers Prime or Beast Wars level. In terms of character writing and such.
Yeah, okay.
What the fuck?
That's the new Megazord.
I haven't seen it yet, and I'm scared now.
I'll post it in.
What the fuck is all I needed to hear?
I'll post it in voice chat on
Oh, she made me choke on my fish. Dang.
All right, now show the picture of Q Reno. Yeah.
What is happening? That's
Why is his head shaped like that?
Hank Castle.
So,
This
on a brighter note, Taro, did you tell Webb about how the game we're playing right now?
Oh, I did.
Have you mentioned anything about how Choriki?
That I didn't, actually.
Okay, so one thing I would like to add about the about Q Reno here, the 5 orbs can light up, and it shows each ranger in their pilot seat.
That's awesome!
Also, the arms can become legs, and legs can become arms.
Yes, they are.
I remember that Megazord being very modular.
Yes. There, like, you had the main body, which was the lion, and then you had multiple, I guess, auxiliary Zords that were modular. They could become legs or arms. All depending on what formation you wanted. Now, looking at the Hasbro version, they have clearly just made colored balls of plastic. They kind of look like tree ornaments.
You can legitimately stick them on a Christmas tree. If you want to go for a space theme.
And knowing Hasbro, they're probably not going to have the they're not going to add in the modular ability.
You know what they did add though? Which I'm kind of upset about?
What?
I saw that if you don't want the other 4 swords on there, like you don't want the wolf, you don't want the bull, you don't want the chameleon, or you don't want the fish, you can legit have the lion go into some sort of battle mode.
Huh?
It can sprout arms and legs of its own.
Huh?
Then what's the fucking point?
This isn't the Season 2 Thunder Megazord! What are you doing?
You are making the gimmick pointless.
Like, I legitimately saw it have legs and arms out where
Are you trying to go back to Beast Morphers or something? What?
Hold on, let me see if
Maybe they are.
I mean, Beast Morphers have had the Zords have their own independent battle modes. Freaking Dino Fury had the Zords where yeah, the T-Rex Champion Zord legit had its own battle mode independent of the Megazord mode because it was effectively the main body the Megazord mode would spring from. The reason the T-Rex Champion Zord and the Red Dragon Thunder Zord worked as well as they did for having their battle modes, and I'm gonna lump the White Tiger Zord in here too, is because while they did have their individual robot modes here, they acted as essentially the skeleton for their respective Megazord modes. They wore the other Zords like armor. It was effectively like adding the outer layer of the body to the skeleton.
And that shit was cool.
Like, I've seen someone actually describe the Thunder Megazord as you're taking the red guy here and you're dressing him up for his big date. And honestly, that's not too awful of a description there. Taking a Zord and dressing him up with the other. That is effectively what's going on. My head is getting all upset over this. I'm afraid that the break they're taking will end up being good for everybody. And I'm just gonna put this out there. We all know when they do their inevitable, it's gonna stick with Mighty Morphin forever. Because like it or not, they make money. It's why Transformers keeps going back to G1 and its evergreen designs, or in comics, basically creating another G1 universe. The classic stuff that's all nostalgic and shit, it sells. And kids, when they look at this, they see, oh, I want the red one, I want the green one, the blue one, the pink one, whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is though, like, it makes sense for Transformers, but not for Power Rangers, because there are different, like, different age groups that grew up with different seasons. Like,
look at it from the business perspective here, with the primary audience of kids. Kids may go, okay, I want to see this interesting team here because that costume looks neat. But more often than not, kid is just gonna see, is a person in a suit and a helmet. I just want the one in this color.
The little ones have been into their old tricks.
I just want something other than Mighty Morphin. Unless they do something, like, real interesting, I want something other than Mighty Morphin.
Why do you think I went with Zeo for my Ranger form in the Kamen Rider thing?
Thank you for that.
Because I was, for a while, tempted to just be, you know, Kiba Ranger, Mighty Morphin White, whatever you want to call it. Then I thought, nah, let's do something different. Zeo doesn't get all as much, like, Zeo doesn't get as much appreciation as it should, considering how much it's built into the world. Yeah, the Rangers were rarely ever set back. But at the same time, we got some decent world building for how their universe works, with the Machine Empire existing and the way the Zeo crystals function. Triforian. Like, Triforian. Expansion of Aquitar and how their world functions. We got some world building in that season.
I found what I was looking for. I found the cursed object.
Alright, let's take a fucking look. Why? Fucking why?
I don't know.
It just makes the gimmick pointless!
I think my brain will stop.
It just makes it fucking pointless!
On others, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Too late. Too late. So, Kamen Rider Choriki, I just referenced the whole Dio thing for the campaign. My character's name is DM2 because he is a Mekumon from a dimension where Digimon became straight up Power Rangers. Not like Digimon Frontier where humans were turning into Digimon in a Power Rangers fashion. I'm talking Digimon straight up morphing into Ranger. I was a basically made up individual here. I created a power set called the Zeo White Ranger. I even have a backstory for how those powers came to be and everything. So, through an accident involving the Machine Empire's technology and Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed's magic flashing with the energy of the Zeo Crystal, a rift was opened and multiple individuals, got sucked into this Kamen Rider multiverse here. The conduct in the world of Kamen Rider X-Day, Wasnall, the main crew of the Psycho Cafe were doing their own thing in that world. Carl's character, it also appears. All of that might actually end up being like a straight up Digimon and partner dynamic going on as the game progresses, but I digress. I had showed up in my morph, so for all anyone knows, I look like a regular human Power Ranger. Human height, human shape, no extra limbs. It was only after my character got blasted with a pressurized water attack in the form of a Star Rider's finisher that my powers sorted out. My morph was damaged and crystal attack. So that's what I was revealed to be. And at the end of that session, I got my changer, which is from Kamen Rider Hibiki.
A series about people becoming Oni in order to fight demons called Makama.
Hold on.
So why you chose that Digimon?
I just picked Mekumon because Mekumon is my favorite.
No, it's an eternal mystery. We will never know.
I mean, if I didn't pick Mekumon, I'd have picked something different. This one. But that's the whole joke. This tiny, cute, cuddly thing turns into a Power Ranger. Later, Kamen Rider. So, when designing, when I was prepping for the first time I would actually transform into Rider form, the stick going on here is with Kamen Rider Hibiki, the people were not transforming into their student forms. It was the student form is actually the real form of the individual, and they had adopted it in disguise.
Sort of. Like, they were originally human, but through hard training they turned into Oni.
as well just be a form of Digivolution from the perspective of the Digimon. So wouldn't the costume naturally change to reflect that it's Digimon form specifically?
Yes.
So I've stated designed myself a weird costume. Using the costume I had been assigned as a base, including the elements of my Razor form and my Digimon form, the costume I call Furry Form.
He was originally going to call it something else.
I went through multiple name options before I settled on
Well, that's because I told you how the Hibiki Rider names went. Like, every Hibiki Rider, like, their name ends in ki. Like, Hibiki, Fubuki, Todoroki, Zanki, Donki. Bonki, Sabaki, Shuki. I believe ki can be translated as like, I guess, or like,
I mean, the energy that the people in, say, Dragon Ball for their special attack, it's called ki.
yeah, but when I look up like translations of their names, it's always like something demon. Makamao. Makamo? Yeah, those are the demons that the Oni riders fight. Makamo.
So, I think this whole ki is basically a pun.
It is a pun on multiple levels, and I fucking love it.
Razor form is the Power Rangers Dio. Dio is Super Sentai counterpart in both the Sentai Power Rangers.
Nice try.
I believe you see where I'm going. So, allow me to show you in this chat what Kamen Rider Choriki was. In our last session, I transformed for the first time, and that was where it stopped because people had to scatter it. Do their own thing.
I still need to talk to people. I'm thinking another Saturday. Because that's usually when everyone has off. You good? Oh, you, Taro.
Villains and their respective monsters of the week that had caused that explosion that came with me. From the Empire side, we have Prince Gasket, who is basically heir to the throne, or would be had he not married into a rival clan or something to that effect. I'm trying to remember how Zio's story went. But I figured it would be better to have him around than King Mondo, because I can see the grasp it fighting more easily than Mondo.
I can see the leader of the Great Army just like looking at Mondo and just like, yeah, no.
As for the representative of magic in this magic versus science dynamic,
Oh no.
Lord Zed.
What?
Yeah, Lord Zed.
Mr. Silent Hill Monster.
Damn.
Because remember, I'm a Zeo Ranger. At the point in time I came from my universe, we were still in the events of Power Rangers Zeo, albeit an alternate Zeo that dragged on for 6 years.
Run like the wind.
I'm half tempted to have Casto say, if he ever meets Lord Zed, to say, okay, Felix? What's the guy who stepped out of Asterisk the Evil Dead here?
That's Lord Zed. One of the most evil and powerful entities in my universe.
Really? Because he looks like he's from Resident Evil.
He's killed entire Ranger teams before and is responsible for the depowering of my previous team.
Oh. Well.
That's nice.
He doesn't have Serpentera right now, or we'd be in serious trouble.
Wait. There, I just realized.
What?
Costa has zombie. The zombie buckle.
Yeah.
What exactly
Let's go.
does that do to Airplane Buckle?
Faster.
Throw you into a river. Do not mention that name around me again.
It brought him back to life.
Casto fights Lord Zed, gets killed. 5 seconds later.
Be safe.
reboots and regenerate, the crystal is incorporated directly into his data. Feeling her is effectively a smart steel crystal.
My turn!
Oh, goodness me there.
Yeah, this thing's kind of kicking my ass right now. And that thing's still green! All of them. Yes?
You're finished.
If I did, tell me now. If I didn't,
If you did, I don't remember.
I hope I'm not repeating myself. Yes, I hope I'm not repeating myself.
I mean, technically, you're repeating yourself to me, so.
You're. I know I told you this, but I'm not sure if I told Baron this. Or not. For that matter.
Whatever it was an abomination.
So basically, now before I had two ideas, but after running both by Web first, Web
Is it
told me
business or pleasure?
Web told me that
Go on then.
the second one seemed more plausible than the first one.
Listen, you can say both. I don't know what
better
type
I'll
of
be
DM
here.
Bear is, so.
It's rubbing me blind, you know.
Fair
It'd
enough.
better I'll be here. I'll
First
not
off,
find a
first
better
idea.
price than that.
Basically,
Oh my
things that go to
God.
hell,
Oh, don't.
everyone's either
I'm not much bothered either way.
unconscious, not able to fight, like literally forced out of transformation, not
Jill
able to
looked
fight,
white as a sheet when I brought
or
He looks
The Litlins have been up to
probably
their
dead
old
at the
tricks.
time.
it is Zygieg. And with Kazuto being, albeit, he isn't really that much better, but better than the other guys. But with him being the only one still able to
Welcome to the
fight,
Patron's
he's
Whisper.
somewhat
Is everything we've received
He
and everything
realizes
promised?
that it's either if I don't use this, we
You
all
earned
die.
this.
If I do, we may have a chance of getting out this alive. So he decides
Best of luck out there, Sid.
to go heck it, use the Java buckle, and well, after seeing what the Java buckle is capable of, thanks to our not so favorite purple boy right now. He protects those who are no longer in the fight. Second idea was basically same sort of scenario as the first one, but Kazuto gets pinned to a wall, and the Gemma buckle gets forced onto his belt.
So, I have a response for both of those ideas.
Oh.
So, I can see both happening. Either during a fight with, say, Abyss, he pulls out the Jamato buckle and just puts it on you to make you a non-threat because you'll be too busy spasming.
Spasm.
Or with how many times you end up dying and coming back because of the zombie buckle, the Jamato buckle just finds you. Like,
Because doesn't it, like, go after the riders that are gone? Like, dead gone?
I'm actually not sure.
Because that's what I've been getting at. That's what I've been thinking. Because, like...
It wasn't exactly explained what happened.
Thank you for sticking with us.
He's supposed to restore your name right now.
They still want to throw me to a river.
It's like, Japanese man Smith, dragged him back to,
Alright, Sid.
my garden. And next thing you know, he has hedging on his arm.
Yeah, we're not that far. I had to stop because I was raging at him.
Yeah, it was the Psy episode, if you remember that one there.
My wolf girl.
Oh.
Yeah, it was that one.
For a minute, I was wondering, wait, who was Sai again? And then Webb just answered my question.
What is this thing doing out in the ruins? It's all ready.
I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, like Abyss, like, takes out the Jamato buckle and puts it on you to make you a non-threat, because, like, once it's put on for the first time, you'll start spazzing. The other one being that the buckle starts following you after a certain amount of times from being resurrected by the zombie buckle.
Oh, no, this bitch got beam swords.
Yep.
I just looked back.
Do not fucking tell me. His health fully recovered because he walked out of the combat zone. You bitch! Yes. Oh shit, here we go again. The branch timeline Nubia is from. I don't... I want to say it's just a separate event.
I can just imagine, like, every time... I can just imagine, like, the Buckle finds it for the first time, and remember that warning. He locks it in a safe in his room, and then somehow he keeps getting out of the safe.
To ruin it returns.
One point he asks either Bob or Jesus to lock it away somehow.
Get the guns.
Bob...
Get the flamethrower, Bob.
Bob pulls out a fucking flamethrower. A McCready brand flamethrower.
That shit. I'm darn sure this could happen.
Like he pulls out a flamethrower, and it like on the side of it, it just has the word McCready.
I'm sorry, if you become a plant, some flames are happening.
No, Tesla would be trying his very best to keep that thing away from his Desire Driver.
She had a man a Grieger.
Like they're walking through the woods, and suddenly like it grows on a tree branch, and the branch lowers down so that the buckle is like right in front of Kazuto's face.
Yeah, and his face will go pure pale on seeing that.
Yep.
Like, he knows what this means, and he's gonna try his very best not to let it happen. Abyss. This is the version where Abyss forces it on his belt. Abyss, seeing his reaction to the buckle, realizing
Oh, it's something he doesn't want.
It's something you don't want. Let's give it to you anyway.
And after what Kazuto did the guy, I think that would be very possible accident. What
Yeah.
if that's the reason Abyss does it? Because of what he...
Oh no, no, Abyss doesn't care about Guy. I told you what my plans for Abyss are, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
He doesn't give two shits about Guy.
Then... Got it. What if...
If he were to put the buckle on you, it would simply be just to like neutralize you as a threat. It would not surprise me.
It most definitely does.
Because of how Purple Boy reacted whenever he transformed. So, find out what this bubble did. You realize that Kazuto not only hit her, but helped him with the conflict.
Yes. That takes care of the monster board.
I feel like I said something stupid now.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Burn the buckle.
Actually, question. Okay. Yeah, it's a Java book. It's supposed to be a plant.
It's plant-based, so yes, it would burn.
I was gonna say, would it burn or melt? Because it is technically plastic too.
Like plastic.
I-
Oh, no.
Yeah, the toy version would be plastic, but the in-show version, metal.
Oh, the Haganos 12, I guess.
It's 12.
Ah, Clive, what brings you to the rest?
But yeah.
Home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
Yo.
Oh,
If
fuck.
we don't, we're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha.
Felix,
Do you know where I might find him?
Felix comes back.
Thank you.
To Cressida on business. No idea what, mind.
Felix comes
Place
back
is a ruin. Far as I know, he's...
I'll look for him there then.
that whole ordeal with Zed. And he sees Polly, Tanaka, and I forget.
Saris.
Saris. He sees Polly, Tanaka, and Saris, but no Kazuto.
Where's Kazuto?
Kazuto staying outside of Cafe Cyclone in fear of what the Shaman Buff might do to his head.
Run like the
Might
wind.
make it so he starts hurting them.
Why did you choose Kazuto, actually? Why did you choose
Time to fight.
Kazuto, actually?
Aha, an embarrassing story.
Thanks, Cal.
Not embarrassing.
I'll tell you when you're older.
The hell do you mean? That's older than me by a year.
Not this time.
That's really... He somehow figures out... Like, okay, before the Jama Buckle shows up, from time to time, he takes a look at the slideshow projector.
Okay.
Trying to figure out how it works. And then after the Jama Buckle, he somehow reverse engineers it in a sense. So while staying away from Cafe Cyclone, he can still travel to different worlds.
At the end, the lad who saved my life. What brings you to a place like this?
You do,
and help
Bernard.
and
Martha said I might find you here.
fire.
I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you know?
If that's not something you want, I don't know that.
That could work. We'll just have to see how things go.
Building a
'Cause
workshop, you say?
as I have
That
learned
beats
over
taking
the
boards to bridges,
years,
sure enough. And if Martha
damn it,
didn't
Webb.
mind me being gone a while, then neither do I.
I just
Just
saw what
tell
you
me where you
redeemed.
Yeah?
I don't have anything. Yeah, I don't have anything to drink.
I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
I'll be
Of
back when
course.
I drink my stuff, actually.
Here, I'll take this one.
Oh, I still need something to drink. I am getting thirsty. I'll be right back.
Well, that there is Crescent, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though.
So,
Except my parents' graves.
while we're waiting on that,
But I came up
did
here
you
hoping to visit.
ever mention what
I even
you
patched
thought
up the
about-
bridge to
oh,
get
the-
across.
My Choiki concept
Only to
there?
find the place crawling with fiends.
Web?
Oh.
But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you? Any chance you could,
It's the least I can do.
Evidently,
Thank you
Bear
kindly.
showed that
And take
artwork and the concept and such off to his buddies at Cast Ranger, and tells me it went over really well. From what I remember him telling me, he said the pun I used for the name went over really well. Especially once the concept was explained.
Brother just came in here, showed me what he summoned on the Star Rail.
Here's how the conversation went. Bear asked me if it's okay. Oh, he's back. So, mind if I narrate that conversation we had about you showing your Cast Ranger buddy he's about Choriki? Right, gotta wait for that first.
Had a nice, refreshing gulp of Seagram's ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
So,
I don't think Tara's back yet.
mind if I read aloud the part of our conversation where you showed off Choriki to Cast Ranger?
Yes.
Okay.
This shouldn't take long.
Here's how it all started. He says, last Saturday, hey, is it okay if I show Kamen Rider Choriki to my Toku friend? I tell him you have my blessing. He says, thanks, dude. A little bit later, he says, they like it. They also love the pun. My response is happy making one noises. I'm actually mildly surprised they liked it. I expected to get laughed out of the building. He says, nah, man, Cat Ranger's chill. I say, that's a relief. And Bear says, one of them said he was getting Rhino. Like, must have been the gold or the green, I guess.
Yep. But yeah, like, Cast Ranger is one of the few non-toxic Kamen Rider fan communities. We'll have a few people arguing here and there or voicing their opinion, but like it never gets too bad. And this is for like official stuff. When it comes to fan stuff, they are not as critical. Talking about how Cast Ranger is chill. Because I showed Gar and a few others Kamen Rider Choriki. And yeah, Latios was afraid he'd get laughed out of the building, and I told him, "Nah, man, cast range is chill." When I told Gar what the writer's name was, he's like, "I love that pun. That pun is so good." Yes.
Fair enough. Have a good day.
Anyway, what were you saying before we went to get a drink?
That should...
Who, me?
You made short work of that.
I don't remember.
Slide projector.
Thank you, son.
What?
Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
Oh. I mean, okay,
How long is
so...
it since the village was abandoned?
Alright, so... A long time ago,
Packing their things after the duchy fell.
I
Between the
learned
Plague and the
that
Imperials,
when
just
writing
couldn't
a
make ends meet.
story or creating a story,
Must be nigh on a decade since the
some
last wagon
ideas
left.
get left on the cutting room floor, and
Well, it
you
may as well
have
been a
to
century.
adapt.
Looking at the
Especially if you're making a story with
place.
other
Sent the
people.
Cressida, I remember.
I learned this through Latios and Red.
Ah, don't be. Can't live
Because
in the
when we
past.
were doing a Power
Whatever
Ranger
nights it might have been.
story,
As soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me,
Red
it's
was
onto your hideaway.
adamant
I'll meet you there.
that his story beats stay exactly the way they were and would not budge on anything.
That should take care of
He
business.
would not compromise.
Dog flashbacks over
Before she
here.
thinks of
Oh,
anything
no.
else.
That's a miss.
And it made me realize that, like, you have to compromise in order to make a good story. Like, sometimes you can't write it the exact way you want, because sometimes, like, things just don't add up the way they should. And that's what was happening with Red's part of the story we were making, and he refused to budge on it. It's like, no, it has to be this way. Well, the story doesn't work if it's that way. And we even tried working with him on, like, different ways of, like, trying to incorporate it in a different way, and he's like, no, it has to be this. And then when and then when we couldn't get him to compromise, he essentially threw a temper tantrum and just had his character become more useless than Shinji Ikari in Canon Evangelion.
How's it coming along?
So, for context here, the Power Ranger story you questioned, I called Star Squadron. I had started this before Power Rangers itself in the comics started adapting
You've all
Die
done that?
Ranger. It was my attempt to use the Die Ranger
I've
suit
placed your various orders and
my
a
own
carpenter by
alternate
the name of
universe
Bernard.
adaptation.
Brilliant.
Is there...
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and
And
I've got all my plans
Red's
drawn up.
character
So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work.
was
I can't
supposed to
wait.
be an individual whose brother was a masked rider, because I was trying to, like, alternate universe or no, I was attempting to use as much Power Rangers canon as I could that would help the story. I was working
That's my good
within
deed for the
what
day
had
done.
already been established there.
Let's see how Jill's
It's
faring.
somewhat forgotten.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
One such thing was I had Ninjor be responsible for making a number of Masked Rider powers, including but not limited to more recent Common Riders being adapted backwards into this. This played into Bear's character's storyline in that his father unknowingly was a Masked Rider who
Do you have a
saved
moment, Sid?
the Blue Ranger
team
and
of
his
Cursebreakers has
mother's
gone missing
lives
near North
during a
Poles.
failed
They were sent to
excursion in a
liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be. They were
tight
moving in for their
colony.
assault when the carriage was attacked. By the Cursebreaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion, but they should be back by now.
The
But
story
I've heard
itself
I can't help
took
but worry.
place
They know the work is
after
done.
But what if I've got them all
SPD in the
killed?
timeline. So
before
we're
they go?
in the
But
late 2020s to early 2030s.
I'll go.
Thank you. The plan was.
That should be enough to go on. If they...
Ninjor had been working in secret for the last several decades, since Mighty Morphin Season 3, taking hints of inspiration from other Ranger teams that had been active and gone
Or
away
pleasure?
since to
Go on,
create a
then.
set of powers based on both Zeo Crystal shards and the constellations around Ninjor's own homeworld, thus creating Star Squadron.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
Red's character, I reiterate the whole Masked Rider brother, because this brother was supposed to have been killed in action by someone who wound up a higher up in SPD with intent to betray the human race to essentially cause his own people's extinction, which I still question the logic of. And keep in mind, Red's character has his brother's buckle and has access to the same set of powers his brother did. And despite already having a set of powers he could freely use, he somehow chose to, against all odds, figure out where Ninjor's hidden temple is, break in, and steal the Red Ranger Morpher.
Sorry?
See, this was eventually revealed after I had attempted to set up the team. Ninjor had been testing individuals to see if they were worthy of the powers, recruiting them back to his temple, and giving them the Morpher.
find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack.
Except Red
sent a runner
decided,
to the
no,
dame in
I
Norfolk.
have to have broken in and
The
stolen
hideaway
it.
should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Yeah, because he realized that his character was such an asshole, he wouldn't have been a ranger in the first place.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage
Oh,
rather
this
than
gets
fleeing when
worse.
they had the chance.
First off,
I want
because
to
of the
help them, Sid.
aforementioned backstory,
made the right
he
decision.
hates SPD with a passion and
where's
would
the
rather
carriage?
burn their entire base
Goblins
down.
may
But
still be
regardless,
out there.
You have
this
duties.
man thinks he could
please,
break
I won't have to thank you.
into Anubis Doggy Kruger's office and hold him at knife point for information.
Keep in mind, Doggy Kruger, master swordsman.
The man who defeated the big
They tried to
bad
get
of
into the
his
carriage.
show on board.
Yep.
Why I eventually shut down that because of family problems. Okay. So that was effectively wrong. That's how I'm saying choosing to essentially revive the character. And I've effectively done for this version of Red's character what I did for his POC, Firebolt the Dragon. In Bear's own words, it's weird. It's like looking at Red, but he's not an asshole.
A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, why should we run?
In the case of Firebolt there,
One miserable
I
death's no
took
worse,
the
perhaps.
idea that Red wanted to go
But we're
with.
here to give you
Oh,
another freedom
he doesn't
and safety.
act like other dragons.
life
He
you've
acts
been
more
denied.
pony-like than dragon-like.
us. Let us
But he's
protect
still
you.
got some dragon
Sid.
in him.
I couldn't just let you.
So I'm like, okay, how about this?
You weren't too late then. This man risked
Because
his
of the
life
way
to save
dragon
yours.
culture works in the
To
show,
give you a second chance. Fine.
they are basically obsessed
we'll
with
do with
tearing
you is take you to
enemies down
safety.
to build themselves up to
After
look
that, it's up
strong.
to you. You can leave the rest
Firebolt
to us, Sid.
instead sees
We'll break
value not in tearing down enemies, but in building up allies, because there are different ways to show strength. Therein lies the core of how I write Firebolt. Red's version didn't even have a consistent personality. He was whatever Red needed him to be in the moment.
The Litlins have
Except
to their
he was always, like, the one trait that was always consistent was that he was always belligerent to everyone he
Sid,
met.
If I just, or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the others.
No.
I feel like that's
was
just a
lucky.
trait Red
In
has.
tracking that slave. What kind of leader? I should have urged greater. It's good to see.
With all due respect,
At least the ones
we
I've seen.
Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. No one with. We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Oh, thank you for your faith in me.
I digress.
I sometimes wonder, but I'm a curse breaker.
You will.
The thing with Star Squadron I had wanted to do was I wanted to make a street level Power Rangers team. Because if you set it post SPD, where there's an entire police force of Rangers all over the galaxy, you could actually do that. This is a team of Rangers who, their version of protect the world is more so
Clive.
watch over their specific
Talia.
territory to make
How's Jill?
sure bigger threats
Recovering,
don't pop up from
but
the
she
smaller
still
ones.
needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best.
There's
Oh,
a
Gav was looking for you.
crime
He said he
boss
had something.
The shelves.
who
Oh, that's right.
made his living
He went to Oscott. He must have
through
found something.
several quote-unquote legitimate businesses that also happen to
You
sell
have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders,
a
Rodriguez.
secret fashion
I don't think
a bunch
afraid
of
of
these
what happens
crystals
if I
that
fail.
could be utilized to
You
assume
survived, I know, but
temporary ranger-like form.
really worth them.
You don't need me
These
to answer
crystals
that.
actually do exist in Ranger
You know
canon,
full
by the
well
way.
what we've
Thank you,
hope as
Soul
much
of
as
the
you
Dragon.
that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day,
It's effectively a Power
is a
Rangers
burden.
version of a drug
and
trade.
we must lift that burden. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also a...
No.
And amusingly enough, the morph state these crystals
I know
give
you
you
will.
is basically
Something.
very much similar to the
Just tell me what you
live
need.
2017 movie.
You'll go. No one knows Herblore like Taya, and she swears
I
by
find
her
that
enfor-
hilarious.
I overheard your little chat with
So
Rodriguez.
the idea
It's
was
good of
that
you to
these
help.
Rangers, they don't even have Zord. They're a street level team working to keep things from growing too big for their own good. Let the other guys with the Megazords and the Battleizers and stuff take care of saving the universe. We're your friendly neighborhood Power Rangers.
I was about to say, like, the ones in the show are like the Avengers, but these guys are more like the Defenders.
Actually, wait. You know
Clive,
how,
where have you been? I've been
traffic
wanting to ask
cops
you something about Torgal.
Don't really get dirty hands on. Like,
Where did you get him? Like, in the first
excuse me if
place?
I'm wrong, but don't really get their hands
My
on
father
any
brought him back from one of his
firearms.
expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his
It's
cries,
similar to
and
that. They don't get Zords
seeing no
or
sign of his pack,
Battleizers.
they took
They're
him in.
stuck with, like,
What do you reckon, Toad?
Whatever sidearm comes with
It
the suit.
certainly adds weight to the theory.
Okay, they're talking about
I
Torgal.
believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an
animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Oh, so, bear.
Now,
Yes?
the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, the girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One,
I will have an idea by the time we get there.
the other,
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If
Ah.
it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
I realize.
though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a frostwolf. It had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
So Torgal is a frost wolf, a descendant of Fenrir.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
Suggestions at this point. I'm just throwing about these ideas.
There you are!
You don't have to.
I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
There's
I shall be a moment.
no thing. Cool. Instead, you. I'm forgetting already.
I have a suggestion as far as one other being that could have come over. Maybe this was the person the Machine Empire brought in to fight, or maybe it's just someone who got
Well,
caught in
couldn't
the
have done it without
crossfire.
You and I
Everyone
promise I'll
knows
pay
who
you
I'm
back. Just
referring
you
to
wait.
when I utter the name
I'll make wonders
Cazador.
like this world's never seen.
Yes!
Forward to seeing them.
After all. Okay, so Cazador is a concept I brought up for my Wild Force 2, my sequel story.
Now that that's settled,
He is
I
a
wonder if
force
Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
and Felix currently has a Zord hidden somewhere.
Yes! Yeah! Fuck yeah!
Yeah. I think I see where this is going, but like,
Continue.
so the idea here is that because it was for the final push, and the Super Zeozords may have
Thanks for
already
letting me
been
do this, Clive.
destroyed,
I'll pay you back,
leaving
I promise.
the Rangers just with their stock Zords, their original mech,
Thanks for before, son.
i.e.,
That was a
you
good
know,
deed you did me. Only
most
right I-
Zordon era series, you know, most of the Bond stuff would destroy the auxiliary Zords and leave the Rangers with their quote-unquote weakest Megazord, that being the one they started the show with.
I think I'll wait
So,
till Midsom Wales to...
in that particular case, most of the original Zeozords are animal-based, with the exception of the artillery Zords.
You're right.
So, who knows? Maybe for their big final push, Prince Gasket, or now King Gasket, having usurped his father, happens to hire the well-known Zord Hunter to disable the
Riddle was
Rangers'
easy enough to
Zords
find.
for said final
for those
push,
herbs.
so they could just stomp the command center to bits with a bunch of giant monsters.
Okay, Taro, have you watched Zoologer? Bongre. Yes! Fighting, yes!
No, I hate that man.
I love him!
This is the downfall of that word has to do with
First of all, that was just a memory of his mom.
I know, but it was still his mom. You can't say it wasn't.
I can't.
Here's where I was getting at with him showing up. In order to push the Zord out, you have to push the Rangers to meet it. So you've got to get the Ranger, or Rider in this case, into a fight that requires the Zord. Get him stressed out enough to summon the thing.
And that's where...
To essentially create memory copies of individuals a person's fought. This was why we were going, like, keep him away from Merrick, because that's a good way of getting Zanaku back.
Then we also made the joke that if that happened, Zanaku would just, like, team up with Merrick.
Yeah. Imagine, if you will, he gets his hands on a Power Ranger who, over the course of years, has died and come back repeatedly. Because Digital World.
Or Kazuto.
And Felix.
He gets his hands on Felix, and suddenly there's freaking 7 Zeo Rangers,
Just one thing after another around here.
all in that white costume, ready to fight. Or a bunch of the monsters that Felix had already taken down in the
I hope
past.
you didn't have too much trouble.
Or a memory of the one time he met Zed face to face. Or...
Oh, yeah.
You'll do fine.
Who knows?
Sorry, the brand is more
Just
than just ink on
copies
flesh.
of his
One
team.
ill-and-eaten success means
Like, just
tremendous
straight up,
pay
the original Zeo Rangers.
Lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows. And yet we never won
There's
for
a lot you can
volunteers.
do with that memory power for a person with this much history.
They're willing to die.
They're willing to fight. I know your work isn't now.
It's natural. Thank you for helping me remember that.
Okay, if he managed to use his ability in Kazuto, both me and Bear and Webb know how bad the Desire Grand Prix can get.
If Cazador, like, depending on when Cazador shows up, he could bring back old bosses.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
And I figure this is why
Largely
the
in circles.
frick yes
We have myriad
response
sightings of
came
strange
from
soldiers
Bear
in
Tarzan when I
unexpected
brought
places.
him up.
Because,
Nothing definitive as yet.
like, if... Okay,
For certain.
say that I wanted to do something more with a character that was already killed. I could either just say, oh, bullshit, alternate timelines, or just bring in the guy that could literally bring them back as a copy.
You're welcome.
This is why you don't give ideas to your demons, folks.
Would that be
Oh, this is something I wanted
Do
to
you know,
do.
Clive?
So
Also,
I believe it a mercy
like,
that you didn't
Cazador's personality
Your poor people will
is
surely
surprisingly
be feared.
chill.
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
dude scares away people from a restaurant who were just having their lunch.
That
He
is
just
a relief.
plants his ass there and starts eating the leftover food.
Clive, have you got a minute?
Yeah. Because it's like, I don't have any Earth money, and I look scary as shit to these people, so I'm just gonna spook them away and eat their food.
Okay, no, now you gave me an idea.
He walks into the cafe and does exactly this.
You give me an idea that I think you might like.
It was a pleasure.
In hindsight.
I thought it'd be good.
Uncle
So-
Byron?
Okay.
Clive, my
So,
boy!
As a
Tub and cask and stoke the ovens for your
as a
favourite
good
uncle is here!
Holy Ceres and Kazatel would think that, hey, not all monsters are bad. Right?
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Cazador.
Cazador, because I wanted to go for something in the vein of like hunter or poacher.
Fair enough. Cazador walks in.
The Dalmekian government sues for peace.
Has money to pay for it.
How shall we respond?
They're feeding him. They're feeding him.
If they're willing to
So,
accept
they're
their
talking.
fault in the matter,
Felix
I see no
comes
reason
down.
to refuse them.
Instantly recognizes the man.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
We have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, Cazador hasn't seen me unmorphed, so I just look like a regular old cat to him.
Of course, none of this
Oh,
would have
this
been
gets-
possible without your
Also, like,
timely
he's a Zord hunter specifically. He won't hunt, like, he won't hunt smaller animals. He prefers giant biomechanical
May the blessing of
beasts. They put up more of a challenge that way.
Wait, that woman who I think it is there?
Yep, that is Clive's mom. She is currently married to the King of Walud. Or not Walud. The King of Sanbreck. There we go.
Now, let us come to the question of
And she
precisely
had a
when
child
the
with the
Dalmecs
king.
will withdraw
Even
their
though he already
troops.
had a son.
And she legitimately has the Karen haircut. You cannot tell me otherwise.
The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty
Nope.
is concluded. So let us
She
keep
made-
negotiations open, give them
She
time
made a
to
deal
gather
with
what
Hugo.
gold and trinkets they can.
And that's probably how he
Once we
figured
deliver
out
which we
that
demand,
where
a piece of
he figured out about Clive and Rosalith.
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would, of course, prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo.
He's honestly God
He
there.
is engaged on
for
the
a good
Western
meal.
Front. Even were the Dalmecs to send for
He
him, he
walks
would
in
not
Cafe
arrive.
Cyclone without knowing when anyone is in there.
As much as I would enjoy
Oh,
witnessing
just imagine.
the clash
Felix
between
comes down to
Bahamut
see
and
to do the whole
It is
I'm
not
just a
to
normal cat act. Greet the new arrival with the
And
trills
what of
and the
your
purrs.
subjects, Your Radiance?
And the instant he sees this guy,
If
he
the fighting
freezes,
spread
and
to
he's
the city
got this
proper,
like war
the people would
flashback,
bear the
1,000
brunt of
yard
it.
stare.
There will be losses,
Kazuto,
it is
of
true.
course, would,
Yet for
would
every
make a
citizen who
make an
falls,
excuse and
another can be
drag
bred.
this cat back upstairs. saying,
For every home that burns,
oh,
another can be built.
This cat must be
The Empire will live on.
wanting something and came down for one of us. I'll go check up on it. Ask him
Dion?
what the fuck is going on.
Yes, sire.
Get that
That's the
explanation.
guy who killed our Megazord.
Get that explanation. Right?
That guy,
Like,
he
the other
had Zords. He destroyed our Megazords.
No. I'm hoping this happens. But I hope to God the other three realize that Kazuto wouldn't just transform in a customer without warrant.
Like, the way Felix talks about him, this cat has been traumatized. Seeing Zords he's come to know, respect, and to a degree, emotionally attached to, just slaughtered in front of his eyes.
Prepare for battle.
Sire.
Do not make me repeat myself.
Like, the man
Return to your
Kazuto
camp
goes, "Get
and
the
await my
hell out.
orders.
We don't want your money." Now, I'm fully hoping this happens.
that is your
No,
wish,
it most likely
Radiance.
won't.
Oh, no,
Should
I will
depart
make it
at
happen.
once.
I just imagine Peter, Paz, or Bob realize what Kazuto now knows.
May Greeka forgive you.
But yeah, hey, would you like to know what I meant by I hate Bungle or Bungre?
What do the astrologers augur?
I mean, you can tell me
The
later.
stars are in agreement,
of the
Your
name.
Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
I'm trying to get my stuff set up.
I'm morbidly curious myself. I haven't watched Duosier.
So Annabella's tales were true.
I will send this to Latios.
You disappoint me, Dion.
I'm gonna get me a soda.
This
Finish
bitch.
setting up my drawing tablet.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Excuse me.
And the thing is, like,
The little ones have been up to their own.
It's
at
just one
first
thing
you
after
think,
another
oh,
around here.
with the Xeozords, they're just machines. They're not alive. Until you realize the only way they could have gotten these Zords is to have rebuilt them from the previous Zords they had. Meaning these are likely the old Thunder Zords given new forms and purpose.
Ah, my dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Alrighty.
Through the good offices of young
yeah,
Sir Wade.
I say
He
this
really
to
is
fair
the
to
most
clarify.
helpful.
I know there will be people who are like,
As
the
are you,
Xeozords were
I
never
hear.
actually alive,
The
were
Guardians and those they
My argument
freed
is
tell the most
yes, because
outlandish
they had to
tales
have
of your
been rebuilt
heroics
from
in
something.
Rosalith. Which is why
And
I came.
all
to
of the
learn
Mighty Morphin
full
Zords
truth
were
of the matter.
alive in some
Sought the
capacity.
fact.
And
You were working
acknowledged
with the
as
Guardians
such.
of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was. Aye.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly. You there? There
So
are 2,000
imagine
gold talents in those
seeing this
chests. See that they're added to my
Giant
nephew's
Zord
coffers.
animal thing you've gotten so used to over the span of years, just mercilessly taken down and destroyed. Not even anything left to rebuild.
And I'm
All
afraid
while the
that is
cackling
all
of a
I know.
madman could be heard.
A fleet sailing south past
This
Port
is
Isolde.
why I
Most
her to clarify. Felix, having
Forgive me
lived
for
through
not
this,
being able
has
to tell you more.
got some
I
permanent
hadn't the
wounds
faintest
from
idea
that.
Kopko withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still,
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final... Come here and I'll show you.
This is the dark side of being a Power Ranger, folks. You see some scary shit.
Mm-hmm.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast.
It doesn't seem
So
like
can the
it
same be
because,
said of your
oh, it's
visitors
just
from
the
Waloed?
rubber-suited, goofy-looking monster of the
Certainly,
week.
her Royal Navy
Imagine
is
what it
famed
has
for
to
the
look like
efficiency with
in
which it bears her
universe
knights from
for
one
them.
battlefield to the next. And in the Ein Heya, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why home to Drake's Fang?
Surprisingly,
A place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts.
I almost hit
But
my
would that
power
not
cord.
entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka
and I
away
don't
from
really have the
under your
space to
very
change it.
nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance.
Which name?
No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends?
I mean,
Reports
hey, I
suggest
told
they
you
made not
myself,
for the
I'm
coast,
still learning the names of
but
each
for
and
the
every one
desert.
else's characters.
And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed, days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
What's going in that gremlin mind space of yours?
What if, while Kazuto is
So it was the Waludas
Cazador
who spirited the wretched
grabs
way.
Yamato,
Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed,
Ew.
or were made to believe, that their
Ew,
master
such
was
icky.
dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the royalist trail across the Velcro.
Oh!
You may well have gone cold by now.
Oh!
As they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Hold out what?
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting
Thing that
you
killed
here.
the firefighter?
The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'll be upset.
I'd be glad of the company.
What if
Give me
the
a moment to
Hector
make
pulls
ready.
out a fortress?
I need to tell my friends what we've learned
No.
and where we're going.
Very well,
Can't go through
be
those
quick
games
about it,
again.
my boy. Time waits for no man.
Like, Kazuto's training. Okay. Kazuto runs out after pulling that memory out and releases it into the city of the world they are in.
Mm-hmm.
That feels kind of I'm kidding.
Like, Kazuto, what Felix has told Kazuto about it, he's trying to think. There's the humans, there's the carrots, there's the swimming game. He gets outside, in the sky, and he just goes pale.
It's a fortress.
Like, okay, Latias, let me explain this to you, if you want me to. Yeah.
So, if your whole desire, if your whole timeline from your character, that your character is from, is different from like the original stuff, that begs the question: who was the person that won all those games?
In the absence of Ace, there would have been different winners for each game.
I'm still here.
Would you like me to explain what the fortress is?
Go ahead.
Okay, so
Here for
imagine
another
you
of my lectures.
Uh,
Allow me to educate you.
The Desire Grand Prix is in its final stages.
Here you are.
And
okay.
The state of the realm is ever changing, Clive.
Mid's finished outfitting our little workshop I have. With a little help.
And the thing they have to face in the final game is
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang.
well,
I'll be leaving before sunset.
in the
You're not
simplest
going
of
in there
terms,
alone, are you?
Don't worry.
It's
I'm
this.
not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I promise.
The Lancer and the Fang. All Kupka's
What in the
personal
goddamn
fiefdom.
am I looking at?
You have any trouble
That's
on
a-
that?
That's the
then
fortress.
ask for
That's the
Rosina
fortress.
Davenport. Some call her the Desert Hare.
That's the thing that causes
And
a
all
lot
the
of
souls
like
of
so
souls.
much nope.
And only six.
Like that is a
All
good
I know is the
28
name,
gallons of nope
and
and a
that they used to
6-gallon
meet
bucket.
at the
No.
Galamil Inn.
Yeah, imagine if Cazador pulls that out.
But I'm thinking maybe the new six.
And you know what makes
I'll be
it
able to
work?
bring her back
You like
into the
more
fold.
reasons to hate this guy. Why don't you?
I'll keep that.
So, what about your uncle?
Latios, do you know what makes this
Don't
worse?
look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Oh God, what?
Gav, Otto,
Now,
I'm leaving you to
forgive
inch.
me, because I don't know the actual height and width of the Drake Cruise. So if I get this wrong, I'm sorry. But a fortress, from my perspective, is bigger than the Drake Cruise.
All right, Uncle.
Yeah.
We shall.
Yeah.
No, so much nope.
This right here is the thing Kazuto would have nightmares about. Forget the
And now
zombie.
feeling to share those nightmares.
Forget the zombie game. Forget the cards game. Forget the hecking
Forget watching people you've come to grow close with fucking die.
This visor right here is the reason you have PTSD.
The little tendrils just go ahead and just grab you.
Not only that, it took one hit
I was a young
One
man
hit.
when last I walked
from
this.
one of those tendrils to kill the firefighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In mid-transformation, I might add.
It's not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
So not only is this
Trading
thing
post it is.
terrifying to look at, it's a rule breaker.
Yes. So, okay, to put this in terms that you'll understand, this thing is an end boss.
That showed up in episode 1.
Yes, because episode 1 was the end of that Desire Grand Prix. We see the end of a Desire Grand Prix, and that's the end boss for it. From episode 2 onward, we're introduced to a new Desire Grand Prix, and there's a different end boss.
Yeah. It's a different end boss for each end of the Desire Grand Prix from what I know. Unless they bring back one of them.
Our destination lies over that.
I don't believe they ever bring back
Well, Clive.
the same end boss twice.
In the sands.
Some of them are absolutely terrifying.
Including this visor.
That angel.
You're finished.
Oh,
Always saw a picture.
the one from the last game of the Jamato Grand Prix. Well,
Purple boy.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together. Accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Blake's Bay. He let me come with you. I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so
Do you want a slight spoiler? He gets what's coming to him. He gets everything he deserves and more.
All I know is Dark Kawa.
He does more than that, but I won't spoil it.
No, I just know there's an existence of a Dark Kawa. There's a...
Oh, yeah, because of, yeah.
I can fully imagine, like, years before,
I saw the comments.
Oh, the one he sent him about Bongray, I'm assuming.
Yep. When I tell you what he did, babe, you're going to hate this monster as much as I do.
I fucking love this monster. Not because of that. I will admit, what he did was bad, but... He's just a chill dude. He scares the shit out of people to get a free meal.
Yeah, I can fully imagine Ceres, Felix, Tanaka, and Holly turning to Kazuto
Keeping in mind that while you witnessed some horrifying shit, like, Felix basically was put through a living nightmare from this guy.
Fair enough.
That is true.
One that he is reliving every second he looks at this dude.
Yeah.
They're wild. It doesn't matter.
How Burby said that.
I need a quote channel just for me. Looking at Kazuto, wondering if he's okay. After you see what he has to do with.
Oh god, they see the thing, and knowing Sarah, she'll probably be like, oh, it's not that big a deal, and then I can just say, a tentacle shoots out towards you, and then Kazuto goes to transform and gets in the way of the tentacle, gets one shot by the tentacle, and dies.
That's one death under the buckle.
Considering how huge this thing is, I think I can twist this to the advantage of the story by going, this is what forces Felix to bring out the Sphinx Zord for the first time. And Kazdor, still fleeing, sees the Sphinx Zord emerge from a cafe. Like the pregame roof opens and out comes the Zord.
It's just a whole clusterfuck of things happening.
Yep.
It's huge. It's a monster. This is usually what I would use the Zords for anyway. And I am not going to say no space that there's not.
I'm just saying it now. I'm just saying it now. Costa would feel so bad because after what Felix told him, and realizing that it's his fault that Felix was forced to bring his Zord out,
and thus make yourself a target.
Look, see, this one's yellow. I'm not gonna kill it.
he's gonna feel
Wait!
terrible.
That's also part of a caravan. What the fuck?
Who do you think those
Yeah.
soldiers were?
He's gonna feel terrible if anything were to happen to the Zord after this. Like, Castor does manage to do what he did to other Zords. He's gonna feel so terrible.
Once he wakes up from being dead.
Fair enough.
Ah, there she
The
is.
second he wakes up,
The
he
good
realizes.
old Dalamil in.
The second he wakes
Do you
up,
know,
the
this
second he
heat has
wakes
given
up,
me quite a
he sees
thirst.
the Sphinx Zord in
Quick
warrior
drink
mode
before we
on its
press on?
knees next to the whatever remains of the monster.
And he realizes that it's because of him that he just put Felix on the radar.
Uh-oh, Torgal's mad. Something's happening. Torgal's on alert.
What
What's dog doing?
Those are Ashen steeds.
Black.
No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehere. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle
What's that
sores in the inn.
For Dave?
Shall we join them?
Don't worry about it.
Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs
I'm
have been out
scared
or
of that gift now. But, yeah. Actually, wait. I got an idea. I'm not sure this will work, but it's an idea.
Ideas are ideas.
Latias,
Yes.
I remember you saying that this geocrystal can adapt.
It gets stronger over time and basically adjusts to the life force of wherever it is.
What if? Hear me out. There's
Good
a
day to
way,
you.
like,
Eating?
Costa Felix works on a way to
Sorry
implement
about
the
my pal.
rider buckles he's
He only
collected
talks when his mouth's
onto
full.
the Zord.
What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine
Essentially
chocobo
making a
soup
common
with
rider
lentils and
Megazord.
honey.
2 bowls of that.
Nah, he gets
An ale.
zombie, like, if
Like
he gets a
what?
zombie buckle, he gets some breaker.
So just the weapons.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Would you rather be my squire?
Well, in the following GIF I'm about to post, I can see how that could actually function.
Portius gives
I
me
described
nightmares, I
before.
swear to God.
I have described before that the Sphinx Zord was the White Tiger Zord in a previous life. Before it got destroyed and rebuilt. Before it got destroyed and rebuilt.
Yes! Like, I was never going to suggest a giant robot Kamen Rider Nupia.
Yeah, I would have said no to that. But if it's just the weapons, then sure.
Like,
Your Grace,
oh
it is
god.
plain you are not yet well enough to travel. You would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No.
Oh.
We must press on.
In the cockpit there, there's that
Prince Dion has
slot
returned
that
to
has
his
the
camp
orb
and will
with
soon
the
depart for the front.
elemental symbol on there gets pushed
I
into.
must speak with him at all costs. Miss this
If
chance
the
and I may
cockpit is
never get
attacked
another.
enough, I could
Do
see
understand
that kind of being a vestigial thing.
Yes.
Which
Your
can
Grace.
then be adapted to the buckle.
You must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
So Joshua,
I mean, that's effectively what Felix is.
is in the same building as Clive.
Gonna meet? Are they finally gonna see each other after so long?
More than likely, no.
I swear.
No, I just imagine, like whatever monster, like giant monster, decides to show its ugly face.
Keep watch.
Felix.
All I see is sand.
I hear they
After
got our
working
guest
on-
back to the
working
Fang
on
without
something.
any trouble. We'll be leaving
They
soon enough.
haven't told the
Why
other
the Lord Commander dragged us all this
about-
way just to save that blockhead skin.
They go out,
And now,
fight,
dominant or not, he's
they
a
go out,
bloody idiot.
try to see if they can fight it.
That'll be Cooker.
They wonder why Kabuto's in the Zord, and all of a sudden,
Well, let's get this down us.
giant zombie
We've a long way to go.
creature shows up.
Hey,
you! Zord's hands.
I can just imagine, like, if you've ever seen Voltron or Golion or whatever
Uncle
form its own sword,
Sorry.
the Sphinx Zord in its warrior mode claps its paws together, and as it's pulling them apart, energy is crackling and solidifying into the weapon.
Oh, this is great. This is honestly great. Bear, I'm sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
Like, I was hoping to save the Megazord for something desperate, but woof.
I mean, oh my God, that hurt.
You are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are
That
strangers
hurts
here.
to look at. The cable management.
Good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
I know. I'm trying.
lad.
I'm not
We've got
good.
business in camera that can't wait.
I mean, it's better than, well,
I'm sure you could.
it's about the
scare
same
us
as what
a
I
bit.
got.
And
Listen, most of my stuff is at least somewhat separated. It's just, I don't really have that much space.
allow me to show you what I based the Zord off of and why I call it the Sphinx Zord.
I love this man. The uncle is so great.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose.
In the
Stay
voice
back,
chat
Uncle.
general thing here,
Gladly.
I posted a picture of the X-Antibody version of the Fertimon. That is what I based this machine off of.
This man.
Okay, hold on.
Take your
Hold on.
Try it.
I blinked. What the hell did I miss?
All right. I learned about this. There he is.
Oh my goodness, there he is. Yeah, he is.
The uncle in the cutscene. The uncle jumped over the counter to hide, and there he is, just eating food and drinking beer.
Hey, where's the lake? Can you see upstairs?
No, I cannot.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Okay.
Grizz sees Kazuhira pull that thing out of pull the memory of the fortress out of Kazuto's head and realizes that Kazuto is scared.
Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
He had the audacity. I can't.
I'll be quiet now.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You can jump out the window? What the fuck?
Now's our chance.
But yeah, I can fully imagine that as
Your Grace?
as a headcanon, at least, that Grizz sees the fortress, Yamato.
That's it. I'm taking the Wyndham.
You're taking what?
I'm playing Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn. The Wyndham is a mobile suit. I actually managed to power up a decent bit.
Hey, Seki.
Yo, what up, Seki?
Clive?
The phoenix feathers start reacting. He knows he's here somewhere.
Even though he just jumped out the window.
Go!
Go! Real Kendo.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
The hilarious thing about the mobile suit I described is it's a mass-produced machine that I've somehow managed to get stronger than most of the Gundams in this game.
Hi, Torgal.
The bestest boy.
Oh yeah, Seki, you missed a lot.
Yeah, turns out Torgal is descended from fucking Fenrir.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves.
Yeah, Jill was about to be executed, and then Torgal, being the goodest of boys, ran in to save her. And then just turned into fucking Godwolf. He turned into this. I can only toggle the picture. I'm just happy to get ready for Otakon. Oh yeah, that is happening, isn't it?
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Cid. Cid's other collaborators have all
Cazador.
the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamel is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
At least until someone proves they're good enough with lockpicking to break in.
Or just knock down the door.
Bob comes in. Not.
Good day, my lord.
We had enough of your sulking, Castle.
Buckle up, motherfucker.
Wait, isn't Bob the
Roomba?
Manifestation of Cafe Cyclone itself?
Go
Yes.
with Gilbert.
The Bob could just unlock the door with minimal effort.
Bob could just open the door usually.
Yep.
Anything I can help you with, traveler?
Because every door is Bob.
My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamel's leading entrepreneurs. If only we were to...
I wouldn't say that because he serves food.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
What?
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
What noise?
Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamel, would you?
No. I can't say I do.
Getting a lot of like,
thank you all the same.
You know, message prompts in the mission I'm playing.
Oh.
So.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamel. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
End up bringing
one more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. Briar's Kiss. Don't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
The only reason he was brought.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with
that is a
age
conversation
and experience.
with Felix waiting to happen.
Believe you me.
Wait, are you talking about Cazador or Kazuto?
Okay, if Cazador brings the Fortress Dramato out of Kazuto's head, Kazuto would be feeling like the only reason he was brought to Cafe Cyclone was to make things worse.
And I'm saying, like, if that ends up being the case, then that conversation with Felix Hicks, where Felix picks him back up and tells him, dude, this wasn't your fault. I don't blame you for a second, and you shouldn't either.
I take for Gilbert's sake.
That looks like right slapping. That's all I gotta say.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal. How many times do I have to tell you?
What?
Can I help?
Wouldn't I heard what you said?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamel. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe.
I'm gonna ask this. Did anyone else hear what Webb just said?
He's been here for years.
I heard
Try the
he
baths.
said something, but I didn't catch it.
Thank you, Kai.
Same.
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps.
Do you want to know?
Let's go and find
Sure,
out
why
exactly
not?
what this photo knows.
Wait, it's a question.
Excuse me.
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
For both of you.
I hope so.
Okay.
You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamel? We believe...
And what business do you have?
She was a close friend of mine.
I said nothing.
I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an interview.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business, and you're likely to lose it.
Memes.
This ought to be good.
You both get the gist of what Webb just said from this picture I replied to.
Oh, 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 oh! I did hear her say, "Just give him a bright slap."
I will be more restrained with the bright slap than bright itself. Only if you give me a genuine reason to use it. Because I'm not just gonna go around slapping people left and right. These paws were not made for that.
These paws were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do.
I'm gonna be honest.
Who are you working for? Him
At
or
that
her?
point, Costos half tempted to use the form of Guy's
The boss.
suit
He wanted us to test you.
fall for his ID
Though one
form.
could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda? Look what the
Okay, if you're getting to that degree,
Your
then
skill
you
with
will
a blade is
definitely
rare
need the
indeed,
slap. But I will
A fitting
try to
talent
restrain myself
for an
up until the
outlaw.
point where that
You
becomes
know who I am.
inevitable.
So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision
You think
to make.
you think that's just
Our
gonna
work is
fix
done.
everything? You think just
Take
quitting
him
on
to
us
meet
is
his
going to
precious
make
Rosina.
everything go away?
She will be.
Yes. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
Oh, I love this D&D more and more.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Fair. I thank you for convincing me.
I didn't convince you. I didn't convince you. All I did was talk about Thomas the Tank Rider.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Take a
That's
sniff, good
what.
sir.
That's all you need to do. Is grab his attention.
Is this the place?
So many ideas.
Lubo's
so
Forge.
many ideas.
The Briar's Kiss.
So it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means.
Okay, tell me.
I'd say he deserves our respect.
Yes.
See that he gets it.
Okay.
He was killed by Ultima. Basically the villain of this story.
Lubor,
Same thing
Lord
that's
Ferda told me to bring them to you.
Vibing inside Joshua.
Yeah, like in his chest.
Wait.
My boys tell me
There's a scene of Joshua with his shirt open, and there's this like glowing thing in the middle of his chest.
Through the south gate.
That would be Ultima. He trapped it in a prison of fire and absorbed him.
Is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing.
And he did all that
Nothing
just to
is
save
exactly
Clive.
what you have. And so, for you, I too have nothing.
Joshua, good boy.
I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Honestly, in this game,
Let's leave this mummer to his
my favorite
farce.
characters right
By
now
all
are
means.
Joshua and Torgal.
Find someone else to help you on your way.
Like, love Clive.
Just be
Oh,
sure
Jill.
to tell them you're
Joshua and Torgal.
not the two travelers from the inn the
Yes.
guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we? Why you?
So,
Make me wanna
what
go
do we
back
need to do to earn your trust?
I don't even know where I would even fucking start again.
I like
because
this
most of
one.
the people
Willing
I
to
play
do
with
whatever
are
it
either
takes
too
to get
busy
what
or don't
he
do
wants.
D&D anymore, so I'm just like,
Men like you have a special place in my heart.
So I just
Why, you ask?
hear of ideas.
Because they get me what I want. Always.
Still stuck on, Felix trying to talk.
Fine.
Talk.
So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're gonna listen to this
it doesn't
swaggering scruff.
Because
We
I
might
couldn't
as
live
well
with
hear him
myself
out.
if you did
It's
this.
only natural that an ally
I
of
couldn't live with
Sid's would
myself
seek
if you
assurances
just
of
gave up
strangers.
like this. If you
Assuming he is an ally, of
self-deleted
course.
like that.
5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
If he would have.
And yet, even then, I had more good sense than a man. Five times my age?
Yeah, if
enough of the
so, it's only
We were
death
speaking of
if
what
you
I
are
want.
killed by a Jamato or
I want
or
you
a
to put
monster.
an end to the trouble in
Uh,
Bellamil.
that is a game
Return to me when
over.
you've done so, and
If
you shall have my
the
aid. Until then, I bid you good
if the ID
What
core
trouble?
is
If you're going to give us orders, be clear about
destroyed
them,
in any
can't
other
you?
way,
Manners, Greybeard.
it is
Won't you just water out the
retired.
flies with honey than with vinegar?
But my question
what did
is,
you call
wouldn't that
me?
still like get rid of
My
the person's
apologies.
desire entirely?
A word of advice in recompense.
Yes.
Follow the crystals.
And since
So-
Oh, but that was 3.
since his ID
Oh,
core is
I'm
gone,
making this too easy
there'll be no
for
way
you.
of bringing those memories and his desire back.
So essentially, you
It
would
will be
you would
easy.
self-deleting.
Solving his little riddle should be like dealing
In a
with him.
sense.
Child's
In a sense,
play.
yeah.
Let us divide our forces.
May not be
Clive.
like
I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we
you're
need to.
essentially factory reset.
Right. Good luck, Uncle.
Yeah. Factory reset it. Back to the core being in the games.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in
Now he
Dalamir.
has no desires at all.
Putting it like this, you would have forgotten ever meeting me.
Yo, actually, hold on. No. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. So, Atio, remember the idea we have between Kazuto and Felix?
What are you talking about? You're important to me.
No. The Digivice Rider Buckle?
Yes, that one.
I remember you saying Digivice Rider Belt. What if?
Yeah.
What if? If no, I'm not saying it would. This is just fun. I'm not saying I'll actually do it. After Kazuto destroys his ID core, they find him. They find him in the Geats world. No memories, no nothing. And then seeing them all like fight, he not saying he remembers, but something deep down tells him that he should be fighting too. And in that 1 second, Digivice Rider Belt appears.
Interesting. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today.
Dang, was hoping you wouldn't realize.
I didn't even say anything this time.
I know. But no, I am getting tired. I need to lay down and stretch out my back. So, what's today? Monday?
Yeah.
Alright, Tuesday we will be back with Super Robot Wars 30.
And maybe this time we'll actually do the voice acting instead of talking about the D&D.
Good luck.
So, until then, thank you all for watching. This has been Vegas Bear 92, Latios, Taro, and Webb. And we'll see you guys on next stream.
Don't forget to be good people.
That too.
Defeat us in.